Hey guys, Diane here, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of The Patient by Jasper Dewitt. So hit that like and subscribe button and we'll get to it. Okay, so for a quick synopsis, this is about a young psychiatrist. He gets a new job at a mental health facility in New England, and he's super smart. He's at the top of his class. He's really wanting to help people. He really has it like in his heart to help people. So he starts at this new hospital and he's doing really well. He's kind of blending in. He's, making friends and everything. And soon to find out, there is a patient there named Joe who's been there since he was 6 years old. So he's now 40, and they have yet to diagnose him with anything. They're not sure like what's wrong with him. They're not even sure what his symptoms are because they keep kind of changing. He's changing his MO every time they see him or every time they talk to him. And he's not just like a normal patient. He's more calculated, and he's actually driving other patients crazy. He's driving the staff crazy, like literal crazy, not like, oh, you're getting on my nerves, you're driving me nuts, like I'm going insane. I have to, get out of this room. So it's really, I didn't expect this book to really be able to really give that to you, to really give you insight of how it would feel to be a person locked in with. So just thinking like, oh, I'm a little batty, and then you're locked in with someone who's actually driving you insane. So that's kind of all I'm really going to say about the storyline. I don't want to give too much away just because, like I said, it is a relatively short book, and there's so much that happens. I want you to be surprised like I was, because it was a wild ride. Like I said, it was 224 pages. The pacing was like streamlined. It was perfect. It just went on. I would have read this in one sitting if I were able to, because it was that good. I didn't want to stop. It was just 90 nothing. It was just out there. The characters were really good. I felt like he was a real genuine person. I felt like he was really trying to figure out what was going on. The doctors, they were real well-rounded characters. Joe himself was his own. It was his own. I think it's really cool to see an author kind of create these characters in their own, you know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing something regurgitated from somebody else. So I thought that was really cool to see. As far as stand-up moments, there's a lot of stand-up moments. In my mind, I'm replaying them all, and there's just so many. I didn't think this book was going to go in that direction. I didn't see it going where it did. So that was a pleasant surprise. I mean, this book is really dark. It's really like it's really out there. This is probably one of the darkest books I've ever read. There's a purpose to it. It's not just like, oh, he's just cutting off heads for the fun of it. You know what I mean? It's like there's purpose. There's like meaning behind everything that's going on. It's just not like murder willy-nilly. So it was just so good. This is probably one of those books that I'm really going to remember. I'll probably want to reread it, honestly. I'm not going to forget the twist. I'm not going to forget all the stand-up moments. I'm not going to forget the basic storyline, but just to experience again, I'm probably really going to try and read this again. But I would probably give this book a 10 out of 10. It was so good. I can't think of a book in the last, I don't know, few months, maybe a year or so, that's actually like genuinely scared me. I was literally like cooking, and I had like my headphones in, and I could feel like this big presence like moving in on me, and I turn around, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, that's my dog. But like, honestly, it gave me goosebumps at the end of the book. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, this book was devastating. It was so good. I've got to read more from this author. From what I read, I think this was his first book. I don't know if he has another one out, but if there is, I'm definitely reading it because it was so good. I just love this. I would definitely recommend this to people I wouldn't recommend this as your first look into horror, because it's really dark, and from the cover it kind of just looks like a thriller, like, oh, this is gonna be another one of those mainstream thrillers. I can guess, oh, let me guess, the patient's not real or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, but when you get in there, man, it is deep and it is dark, and it's just so good. So I would definitely recommend this to someone who is more into the genre, more into darker stories, and you know, if you're squeamish basically about harm to anything or anyone or in any way, shape, or form, this may not be the book for you. But this is definitely something that I would recommend to someone. If I know their like likes and dislikes, I would definitely recommend this, just because it was there probably are going to be some touchy subjects with certain people, but this book, I mean, the story itself was just amazing. I loved it. So, but if you read this book, if you liked it, you know, let me know in the comments how you felt about it, and just hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.